Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is B. Marie Loves the Earth, and I make videos about sustainability and zero waste, and also about frugality, where I can combine the two whenever possible. So today's video is about 10 ways that I save money and reduce waste with low impact use of resources that I have also reduced the cost for buying and bringing and using in my home. Okay, we'll start right out, but remember please to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and hit the notification bell that it says regular notifications. So anyway, let's get right to it. 10 ways I save money. I buy far fewer coffee filters these days. I use a French press. This is a French press. This is just a 1-cup French press, but it doesn't use any coffee filter at all. You press it down like that, and that creates the filter. This portion of it creates the filter process. You put the coffee in the bottom, and then you put the filter, the press part on top. Excuse me. There we go. And you pull it up to the top, and the coffee and the water are in the bottom, and then you press down, and that brews the coffee. Well, after it sits for 5 minutes, brews the coffee and reduces the filter waste that you would have, because you don't use one in a French press. Also, another thing I use is a reusable coffee filter. This is for my 2 to 4 cup maker. I have a 8 to 12 cup filter too, but I don't have one of those coffee makers right now. So I use this to reduce the waste as well as the cost. So I know coffee filters don't cost a lot, but they do waste a lot. They're a single-use item, and they result in a lot of waste. Other things I do, number 2, is that I use bar soaps rather than foaming soap or soap in a pump dispenser. That's a really cheap cost. You can get them at the Dollar Tree, bar soaps, or you can get them at Target for like 3 for $2.50 or for $3. So you can get bar soaps really cheap, and they also they're usually wrapped in like cardboard. They usually have a cardboard packaging that they come with, rather than any kind of plastic packaging that you usually see with the with the soap dispensers for foaming soap. And with those foaming soap dispensers, the cost is higher and you get the packaging. So the bar soaps, which I'll show you some of my bar soaps. I think this is Dove. It comes in a paper cardboard container, just a regular bar soap. This one was free from the Earth Clean Company, just wrapped in paper like this. This bar soap, and wrapped in cardboard above that. So anyway, that's something that I've done and switched to for a good 2 years almost. So we're seeing cost savings as well as benefits to the environment that we're contributing to. I use far fewer paper towels. This is 3. I use these rags, like for paper towels, old rags that got in bad shape, or cloth. This is something that was a piece of clothing that I cut down into a rags for the use of paper towels. And I do not use many paper towels at all. I go through a roll of paper towels no more often than every 6 to 8 months. The only way I use it is when I use it for my dog messes or throwing up the dog stew. So that saves money and the impact on the environment of the paper itself, use of the paper itself, plus they bleach most paper towels, so that isn't the use of the toxicity to the earth in the bleaching process of the paper towels. I don't use body wash. As I mentioned, I'm using all bar soap now. Body wash I never used, actually. I always used some kind of soap that was either bar soap, or use the shampoo to use as a body wash, but I don't do that now. I save on dog food. I have 3 dogs. This is number 5. I have 3 dogs. I buy in bulk 30-pound bags at a time. It saves on the delivery costs of the dog food, and less of a carbon footprint because of that, because rather than going and getting several small bags throughout the month, we buy one 30-pound bag, and then we also sometimes buy a second 30-pound bag in the month, and I use a subscribe and save through Amazon for the second 30-pound bag, so we save some money on that, about 5% on the cost of the dog food. Okay, I make a do-it-yourself laundry soap, which I have a video on this channel. So if you'd like to look at that, please go to my channel and see the do-it-yourself laundry soap video, which shows you how I make it. It costs about $13 a year, and I do 2 to 3 loads a week. And piggybacking on that, with another thing, number 7 that I do that is saving money, I always do full loads. I don't do small loads, I do full loads, so that is not an efficient use of energy to heat the water. I actually use cold water all the time too, mostly always cold water unless it's sheets and bedclothes. Okay, so the number 8, when I'm done with an appliance, I unplug the appliance if it's a small appliance that I can handily get to. Not like the refrigerator or the stove, but I also unplug lights in rooms. I unplug the lights that that are plugged in when I'm using the room. I unplug them from the socket so that they don't do the vampire drain, the energy drain that happens when there's still something attached to the socket. On a different note, for money and finances methodology that I do now, I use far fewer stamps and envelopes. This is number 9. I pay online, a lot of bills online. I pay either a lot of my utility bills online, and I pay some of them I'm on the budget plan, like the gas company. I'm on the budget plan, so it's an actual predictable amount every month that I pay through that. So that doesn't create the spikes and the valleys that happen with otherwise if you're not on the budget plan. And then the last number item, 10, is I use paperless bills for utilities and other kinds of bills. I use Paperless, so they come to me online, so that they aren't using the resources of paper or using the cost of us sending out the stamp for the company that's issuing the bill. So if you enjoyed this video and found anything useful in it at all, please let me know by leaving a comment in the comment section. And please subscribe again, as I mentioned. We'd love to have you here. Thank you. Bye-bye.